So let me introduce to our first speaker tonight, Mr. Rajeeve Kaushik. Just to give a small intro, that Mr. Rajeeve Kaushik has sailed as a marine engineer for almost 29 years. He just gave up sailing 3 years back to pursue activities that he could not find time for. His interest on self-education into pension fund dynamics and capital market has helped him to plan call for self-retirement on its 50th birthday. He wishes that each and every seafarer of the world can do the same, and he is working very hard in helping all of us in their financial planning. His activity in the financial world are entirely personal nature, and he does not like to be called as advisor or consultant. So he prefers to term as a teacher, as what he is doing so far, mentoring us, like a guru shishya parampara kind of thing. And according to him, a teacher can prepare a student to be an engineer, doctor, pilot, even though he may not be able to do those jobs. A coach prepares like an athlete to win the Olympic gold medal, even though may he himself not even cross the state level. So his endeavor to give us, not to recommend. So he's totally guiding us, not recommending anything. His investor colleagues family has now swelled over 500. His expansion for his colleagues and mentoring almost 500 now, and still growing stronger. We hope to go it further. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Rajeeve Kaushik.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would not be ill-mannered to leave the fairer gender out, because that's what actually guides us and holds the fort when we try to fight out the things and hardships at sea. Before I start, I would like to just do a small survey. How many of us have attended the previous 3 seminars, apart from Keshav? All right. And last one, anybody attended last one and the one at Solitaire? Okay, right. So we are in the times of serials, TV serials, and there's always a flashback, Abhi tak kya hua? So in the first seminar in WIC on 13th of June 2016, we met for the first time. And I did small calculation, and I made everybody realize that what quantum of money was lying uninvested, underinvested, and misinvested in that room. At a rough calculation, there was about 48 crores of money which was in that room, which was waiting to earn a little more. And I'm not sure, I'm not a clairvoyant, and I don't really know what's going to happen tomorrow, and nobody knows. Anybody tells you what will happen in the stock market is bluffing. Nobody knows, even God doesn't know. But yes, things have helped, and anybody who started off immediately after our first seminar and has approached the right kind of distributor or advisor, he would have definitely gained by 35% by now in 18 months. This is my rough conservative estimate. In that seminar, we introduced the concept of mutual funds to people, because not everybody at sea was as familiar. In this hall, there are few non-marine people also, who are the guests of my guests and the guests of other people in the SWA. It's all open. So they are still exposed to the concept of mutual funds, and they can dabble in stocks and FNOs and all that, but we never got that opportunity. And as we know that we actually suffer at sea because of the lack of information, and the owner doesn't really care. He just gives you the money at the end of 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, and you can take care of whatever. And that taking care was not actually taking place. And that is what got me to think in those terms and educate myself in those terms, so that I would be able to help my colleagues. And that is how the thing has come to this stage. In the second seminar at Hotel Solitaire, we again went back to those mutual funds and discussed the strategies that what a good portfolio should consist of: large cap, small cap, mid cap. And what happened was that during this period, the government also became very active, and you find all the advertisements on TV, which were not there earlier. So by now, I am sure that you must be knowing sufficiently about mutual funds. So every time talking about mutual fund doesn't make much sense. It doesn't really, because now everybody knows. After every seminar, I find 40 to 50 people starting off their portfolios, and it gives me immense pleasure. It gives me even more pleasure when I see that people who actually start their portfolio, they go back on board. Even if they are third officers, they actually educate other people. And LIC and other insurance companies have already issued fatwa on my head, because a lot of people have closed down their money back and endowment policies and gone for term plans. So all that thing is important. Investment does not mean that I have the money and I just invest in stocks and shares and mutual funds. It is also saving the money. And saving means not spending, not putting it in the wrong place. And this we discussed in the second time, in the second seminar, and we had already told that in the first one. The third one, I laid stress upon keeping your paperwork in order. Just like we do it on board, we have our STCW certificates, we have our licenses and everything. ILO forms, and you go for yellow fevers. In a similar way, I try to, because that came few days after the demonetization. It happened on 26th or 27th of November 2016. So we try to stress on that. The third seminar, which was held at Madhuban in June, we went on that and we saw that if we put our money, hard-earned money, we retain it as white, in white form, means transferring from bank to the asset class where we want to invest. That is the best form. Those days are gone when our seniors would get under the radar, not complete the NRI status, put the money in wife's name or father's name or buy land. Those days are gone. There was an article today in India in Economic Times, if you'll read, and it puts the word, classifies actually what is Benami, and all these things are reality. These are going to happen. This is happening. India is moving. And whatever people say, it's moving in the right direction. We are in times which we did not realize earlier, because our parents were of this 12% bank interest variety, There was no TDS on bank deposits. 12% was good enough. Even when I was second engineer, in NR deposits, we would get about 18%. But those days are gone. We are in different times of reality and things are changing. So the attempt is, at least from my end, to bring newer things to you. What you were seeing the slides before were the slides from third seminar. So what we are trying to do now is tell you something what is happening now, so that even if you have been for 6 months on board, you know exactly what is happening. Maybe you don't have good internets on board. So when you come back, that is my total intention. And this is what I am. I am totally unqualified. I am totally uncertified, and I am a non-financial person. I do not have any background, diploma, degree in this. But if some of you have read my book, that book contains all definitions from me. I can assure you, you will not find those definitions anywhere in any book of finance or economics. I have never worked for anybody else except a shipping company. I have never received any remuneration. I am not receiving any remuneration. I will not receive any remuneration. That is part of my retirement planning. That's what I intend to do, and I want to stick by it. I hope I am able to do that. My sole objective is to educate individuals and save and invest. Those of you who have attended the WIC seminar will know the difference between save and invest, or we can say that again, for long and very long future. How many engineers? Long and super long stroke engines, right? My effort is always for the seafarers and the marine professionals, because now we have offshore vessels and all that, who do not have any financial security or retirement benefits. I think there are only 2 companies which offer very meager retirement benefits. There aren't many. And I always like to invite the ladies here, the spouses, for the seminar because no amount of